a little bit hungover, as it was my leaving do yesterday, and I'd left a job that I'd been at for the last 8 years, and the last year at that work wasn't really that great, and in turn I've put on a lot of weight and lost my fitness. But as of today, I'm going to attempt to regain that fitness, and no better way to motivate me than in making a video. So I have a name for myself and one of my friends, and apparently I have a unique way of thinking, so much so that the guys bought me a mug. I don't know if you can see that, and it's not in focus, so oops. It says, "It's Ryan logic you wouldn't understand." I feel that quote has been somewhat paraphrased, but nevertheless, I've come up with a plan to regain my fitness. And with this unique logic, my plan is going to be only train using anime, comic books and superhero techniques. First off, I'm going to be using One Punch Man's training regime.
100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, then a 10-kilometer run, and 100 squats. Do it every single day!
If you don't know who One Punch Man is, he effectively can beat everyone in one punch. Ooh, sorry, a bit of a spoiler there. And this will be the base of my training for the next month. It will be the bare minimum I do in each day. And I have a few other ideas that I will incorporate, but I need to flesh them out in my head first. So let's get to it and do the 10k run first. I think that's what I want to get out of the way first. That was harder than I remember. For the next week, I'd run at least 10k, followed by 100 squats, push-ups and sit-ups. Day 2, I managed to develop a blister already. Day 3, I did my local park run to mix things up a bit, followed by an accidental 7k. My friend Joe then joined me on day 4. And then from there onwards, I decided running at night was just so much easier. Right, doing sit-ups while John edits the video. A week had gone by and I hadn't really seen much external improvement. After a week of running, I was beginning to feel fatigued. I think that's maybe due to lack of a rest day. So either go hard or go home. I'm going harder. Time to up my game. Adding to the One Punch Man training regime is a superhero really close to my heart. Goku, aka Kakarot. And one of Goku's most famous training techniques is to wear weighted clothing. When I was a teenager, I'd already invested in this weighted clothing malarkey, and it's about time I cashed in on that investment. I did attempt a 10k run with the weighted vest and ankle bracelets, but during the middle of the summer, this was even a stupid idea for me. Not only was it uncomfortably hot, but I felt instant pain in my knees. So let's use this weighted training for better use. Boxing. I know Goku wasn't a boxer, but this was the closest martial art that I know. Rather than pick up something completely new, stick with what you know. Not like they didn't have boxing in Dragon Ball Z anyway. Again, this is me trying to clasp onto my youthful days. Back in 2017, I'd signed up to a couple of charity boxing fights. And I don't think I've ever had a better full body workout. Boxing in weighted clothing wasn't going to be my only addition. Free running, parkour, gymnastics, however you want to classify it, I started going to Monday Traceur classes. First off, these guys are amazing, and if you're in the surrounding area of Chelmsford and want to try something new, whatever your ability, I cannot recommend these guys enough. For my birthday, they arranged a special dodgeball match for me. Me against everyone. I'll put a link to their social media in the description below. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but parkour is a very important skill to the superheroes that don't have the ability to fly. Being able to get from A to B the most efficient way possible is key. But there is another reason that I've decided to come to these parkour classes, and that is, there's a rumour that one of the coaches is actually a real life superhero.
Tom, look! A wounded person! Quick, carry him to safety! Look at how natural and unrehearsed this was. Tom is saving that man. He is a hero.
He goes by many names, but to protect his identity and for the safety of those around him, let's call him Tom. Hey Tom, speak loud, you're on camera.
Hi.
Hi! Rumour has it is you're a superhero.
Who the f told you this?
Don't expose yourself! Don't expose yourself!
I've seen your face! I've seen your face!
Get out! I need your help, Tom! I need your help!
Really, what you should really focus on is give up.
Despite my best efforts, I was unable to get help from Tom, and up in my training was starting to take its toll on my body. Runs weren't getting any faster, sit-ups and squats weren't getting any easier, and I didn't appear to be getting any obvious external gains. Push-ups were the only thing that got slightly easier. See any improvement?
A little bit.
A little bit? It's not enough! I was halfway through the month and I wasn't planning to quit. Looking at my Strava metrics, I noticed something interesting. I was almost a third faster when I was doing park runs. Park runs are most commonly 5k, but I would always extend these runs. And I think it became blatantly obvious to me when I bumped into one of my friends on one of these park runs, also called Ryan. Despite my park runs being a lot faster, running with people was just so much easier.
Guys, how did it go?
Struggling to give a decent answer to why that would link into this video theme. It turns out the answer was staring me in the face the whole time. Had I been training incorrectly this whole time? All superheroes have rivals. Ash and Gary, Naruto and Sasuke, Goku and Vegeta. These rivalries being key catalysts in helping them surpass what they thought was originally possible. If I was ever to do one of these training challenges again, I would need to pick a partner. And the weeks went on. I did not miss a single day of training. Even in Devon, my friends were recovering from a hangover. I also recovered from the same hangover by sweating it out. Well, yeah, that's bright. What are you doing on your Friday night? Well, I'm running through a bloody rugby field. Oh, almost ran into a bush. I'm blind. Well, I've got a tropical party tonight, so I can't run this evening, so I'm having to run in 30-degree heat. Yay! I love a bit of running in the rain. I ended up taking another route down some back roads and I got absolutely stung by all these lovely stinging nettles, so not them ones, but and it started to rain now, so it's actually quite nice, but oh, more stinging nettles to get past. Beautiful. That's what you don't want to see on your run. I was 3 weeks into the training and developed a rather deep pain in my shins, and I'm still not seeing any improvements. Probably should have done this from the start, but I decided to get some professional help. My friend Greg, who I know from doing the parkour classes, is also an online strength and conditioning coach. Link to his social media in the description below. We actually talked for about 40 minutes, so this is a shortened down version, but I'll release the full thing as my next video. I probably should have done the introductions first, but this is Greg. I mentioned to Greg what I've done, which is I've been doing 10k run, 100 press-ups, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups. I've also been doing weighted training, and at the moment, I'm still going. My legs are starting to give way. You're telling me about some of the deny man every day, so I need to just man up and not be so much of a pussy about it. To a certain extent, yeah. To a certain extent. So I thought I'd get some sort of professional help and sort of, I guess, talk to you about what should I be eating? Should I have had a rest day? Or is rest days important? Because I get the impression they are, and from doing the training so far, I feel like I should have had a rest day, and I'm not always achy, but I'm starting to get like deep, like a low ache, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you know, if you were to stub your toe out, I'd call that like a high pain, but it's like quite a deep.
It's more just kind of constant and it's there,
yeah,
your mind kind of thing.
Yeah. So it's not ever going to stop me, but I don't know if maybe a rest day would.
Yeah. So rest days in general for training, they are very important. If you look at exercise on its own, It basically provides stimulus for your body.
Yeah.
So while you're exercising, your body's not improving.
Yeah.
Which most people think that it does. You know, if you're lifting a weight, so you're running, you think while you're running, your body's getting better at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. That run basically stimulates your body, and then once you stop and you get a recovery and you get your nutrition and you rest and you stretch and everything else, your body's then thinking, well shit, if that happens again, I need to be better at it.
Yeah.
So it then starts to build muscle, recover and get better.
Cool. So I have seen that because my 10Ks, when I used to be good, I used to be able to do it in about 43 minutes.
Yeah.
Since I've been doing this, I've gone from like 48 minutes all the way to an hour 10, and I think maybe I'm slowing myself down because I know I've got to do it for a month straight.
Yeah.
But I'm always giving probably about 60% in my runs. I'm not going to go full out. It's just a light jog, but it's getting harder to keep below an hour at the moment.
Well,
so.
the other thing with what you're doing now is, I wouldn't necessarily call it training. When you're training, you've got a kind of set plan to follow to achieve something.
Yeah.
Where what you're doing now, that 10Ks every day, is almost something that is target.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you would have trained beforehand.
Yeah.
To be able to now do a 10K every single day.
Yeah.
So your previous training routine would have had the rest implemented into there and everything else.
Yeah. So I've trained for a marathon,
Yeah.
and I did follow a very strict plan.
Yeah.
If it said, oh, you need to do a 12K at a good pace, and I did that. If I had a rest day, I'd have a rest day and stuff like that. So I've done that, but I think where I was working at a job that it got kind of a bit depressing, I lost all that fitness and decided to just throw myself back into it. So maybe I had some, I wouldn't call it muscle memory, but I still had the fitness from before, over a year ago. I'm nowhere near as good as I used to be, but it's I guess that fitness was still there.
Yeah, so in that sense your body does need rest. However, your current regime means you have to do a 10K every single day.
Yeah.
Which means you don't get to have a rest day.
No, I don't.
And that's part of it. So your rest is a bit more on the active rest side of it.
Yeah.
So you could do your run in the morning.
Yeah.
9 till 10, you're done by 10 o'clock. You've got from 10 o'clock until you get back at the end of the day.
Yeah.
To make sure that you're promoting an active recovery. The
Yeah.
things you should be doing are stretching,
Yeah.
myofascial release, kind of like a foam roller, that kind of things. Drinking lots of water. Water helps the muscles repair and recover easier.
Yeah.
Straight after your run, you should try to get some protein in, as well as some simple carbs.
Okay,
You
cool.
might find after the run you feel a bit sort of lightheaded, potentially a bit dizzy.
No, I'm always hungry after a run. So I've been doing my runs. You say do them in the morning, and that's what my girlfriend wants me to do because I keep pushing them back and further back, and then it gets to like 10 o'clock, and I haven't done my run yet, but I need to do it for the day. So I have been running as late as 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's because I haven't really got a regime at the moment. So running at that time is okay because there's no one about. It's really cool. But I always get back in it. So if it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm starving. Sometimes I don't want to be cooking or anything like that. I did pop into McDonald's once, which I shouldn't have done, and tell me off for that, please. I did a morning run yesterday. It was a lunchtime run yesterday, but the night before I'd done it in the evening. So you saying it's probably better to keep to a strict regime?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it strict, but if you can do it in the morning, your body's used to what it's doing. It likes to be in homeostasis, so it likes to be doing the same thing, so it can kind of get into its comfort zone and stay there.
Yeah.
If you keep changing when you're running, whether you've eaten right before you run, or an hour before, or 2 hours before, or if you go straight to bed after, or if you eat after, whatever you do, your body will get used to it.
Yeah.
If you keep changing it 30 times in a month, every single run's going to get harder and different. As opposed to if you do the same kind of set time, you're in the routine that you've woken up at 8 AM, you had your breakfast, 9:30 you're off for your run.
Yeah.
10 o'clock you're home, you've got the rest of your day to do everything you want to do with it. And it's also got the big mental side behind it.
Yeah.
If you're going through your day thinking, I should go for a run, but you don't know when you're going to go for a run, you're going to spend an entire day thinking, I should probably go for a run now.
Yeah, I
should
do
go for a run.
that. I definitely do that.
And then when you go for the run, you're kind of thinking, I'm not enjoying this, I'm just doing it because I have to do it.
Yeah.
Well, if you're doing it in the morning, it kind of freshens you up. It
Yeah,
wakes
it's
you up,
kickstart
you're ready
to
to
the
go,
day,
yeah.
isn't it?
And then you're done by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's it.
After chatting with Greg, we come to the conclusion that I could ignore the muscle pain and keep on training, and we decided to do a bit of outdoor parkour. The last week of training flew by. Against Greg's advice, I did do the odd nighttime run, or maybe you could call it very early morning.
Okay, so this is probably going to be one of my last nighttime runs, and it's actually my latest one. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm running down the middle of the causeway, just because I can. And for whatever reason, I'm rocking the swimming shorts, but I'll tell you more about that another time. A couple of perks for running at night. There is absolutely no one on the road. I've seen more shooting stars than I can count on both my hands and toes, and I've seen more wildlife as well. That I've never seen a live badger before.
As I finish this script on the 4th of September, I've had a few days to recover, but I still have a twinge in my left shin. I don't think any of this challenge was that difficult, but did require a very stubborn attitude, which I very much have. If you're looking to get fitter from this, there's much better ways to do it, but it does make for a fun mental challenge at least. I ran just over 319k, which is the equivalent of walking from my hometown in Essex all the way to Wales. That gives me some ideas for my next challenges. I'm interested in any challenges you might have for me, so please put them in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, as it does really help. Thank you for watching, and catch you next time.